Okay. Got it. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. How's everyone doing?
I was born on a Wednesday.
Oh, really? That's good. That's a good reason to celebrate a Wednesday. Happy day after bold graduation for most people. So it's good to be back and to see all you guys. Thank you for coming out. We're gonna have a really, really good discussion today, and you're not gonna want to miss it. So make sure you guys stay till the end. But we're gonna address a couple things moving forward. But first, let me go ahead and stop my screen share because we do have a special message from the president of Keller Williams International, Mark King, and I want to make sure that you guys get to see this video. Can you turn up the sound, Kim, and restart? We're not getting any sound. It's because you're muted. Oh, yeah.
Hello, Keller Williams family, and welcome to July's team meeting. If you're new to Keller Williams, my name is Mark King. I'm the president of Keller Williams Realty International, and we are definitely seeing signs of the shift. We talked about it last month, and what I wanted to tell you today is that there's a law of equilibrium that we teach straight out of the Shift book. It's on page 14, and it describes what happens during any shifting market. We have all the tactics, all the steps, all the skills you need to thrive during the next market. But that word skill matters right now. We're leaving a speed-based market and we're entering a skill-based market. So it's time to tune up those skills, get back into training. And if there's one thing you can do, read this book. And when you're finished, read it again. The market is shifting. Now, having said that, the message I want to get across and the message I've been sharing across this industry is that the market really doesn't matter to you. I know we tend to look at the news and we hear all the negative things about the housing market, et cetera. The reality is if you sold 6 houses last year, you can sell 12 houses next year, regardless of what the market does. So if you'll focus on you right now, get into your skill building skill set and your toolbox and really amp up what you know about this business, become the local economist of choice as we talk, you're going to do just great during the next couple of quarters. Have an amazing Q3. We're in the back half of the year. Wishing you the best. Thank you, Keller Williams.
Awesome. Thanks, Kim. Thank you, Mark, right? I know, I love that. You guys, Mark King, the president of Keller Williams, just wanted to play that little message for you because we're going to have a good discussion today. We're going to talk about the shifting market, what that's saying to us. We're going to go over some of the numbers. But I think what he said in there is really important, that we're moving away from a speed-based market and we're moving into a skills-based market, right? Many of you guys that have been listing agents for a long time or are having some of these properties come in the market now are seeing them sit for a bit longer. We're now having to go through the price reduction conversation that we didn't have to 6 months ago. Now, does that mean that the market's tanking right today? No, absolutely not. It just means we need to hone those conversations a lot better than what we were. The last 2 years has been difficult for all of us. Would you agree or disagree? Right? The industry has changed significantly over the last 2 years. But now we have to remember, those of you that have been in the industry for 3, 4, 10 years ago, you know what that conversation looked like when we were in a more neutral market, right? That meant setting expectations with sellers. That meant having good conversations with your buyers and making sure that their expectations are being set as well. But I just wanted to play that because, again, we're moving away from that skills or that speed-based market, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a bad market. It doesn't mean that you can't double your business this next year whatsoever. It just means you're going to have to take a different approach, right? We're going to have to get back to getting good at what we are doing, which is what? Sales, customer service, right? At the heart of our jobs, that's where we're going to have to go with the industry. Okay, so just think about that. We're going to have a good discussion about that here in a bit, but just wanted to share that with you guys. Moving on. Okay, let's get started with my favorite part of the team meeting, mission moment. So who has a bucket that they would like to fill for somebody this morning? Something that speaks to our mission as an office or as Keller Williams. Give a shout out, make somebody feel good about themselves. Who's got something? Leslie? Yeah.
I'd like to fill Lawrence's bucket.
Oh, what did Lawrence do?
It's what Lawrence is always willing to do. He
Oh,
is somebody who is out there ready for me 24/7. If I need something, he will always find a way to make it happen for me. So I appreciate him and I appreciate him.
that's great. Lawrence has a great attitude. If you guys aren't on the KW Shares WhatsApp, he does a wonderful daily affirmation that I don't think I could start my day without reading Lawrence's daily affirmation. But thanks, shout out to Lawrence. That's awesome, you guys. Great job. Who else? Who else has a bucket that they'd like to fill? Yeah, Lawrence?
Well, I don't know if it's on the meeting right now. We did discuss on this morning on the morning mindset, but I want to give a shout out to Steve on his class on Saturday with the contract, which is, I know we went from 9 to 12 and I heard he went on until 1, so I had to dip out early. I feel like I still missed a lot, but the fact that he's going to do it again, I mean, it's just incredible.
That's great. Who was all at that class, contract class on Saturday? You were there? Yeah, great. And you guys got a lot out of it? You liked it? Good. Yeah, Steve's great. Steve's out of the South Bay office, so we're definitely going to bring him in again. He let me know that in the next couple weeks, he's hosting another one over at the LA Harbor office. Again, you guys are more than welcome to go over there and attend in person. But I'm glad you got a lot out of that value. I think he has a unique and interesting perspective to really own the contracts. Yeah, Leslie?
So for anybody who didn't go, I think it's the kind of class where you could go to more than one and still learn a ton of stuff because of the style in which he did it. It was very free flow, open conversation. So, everybody had opportunities to ask their questions based on their own experiences. So I think it was a great thing.
And if you guys didn't attend, Steve gave you a list of 100 questions that you should be able to answer for any of your clients, right? And Drake, any other comments about that?
It wasn't just for new agents.
Yeah.
He was schooling.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's important is that, with this industry, again, we are handling legal documents. We are acting as a fiduciary to our clients. And it's important that we understand the documents we're having them sign and execute, right? Or to be able to answer those questions. It's very, very important. I love that. That's great. Any other shout outs or buckets that you'd like to fill? No? Okay. Moving on. That was a good one. Happy birthday to all of our July birthdays. I know a lot of them have already happened already. We had a good part of them at the beginning of the month, but if you guys see these people, give them a little love and a shout out this month for their July birthdays. Welcome to our newcomers. So there are people that have joined the Market Center. We welcome back the Cotton, Cheryl and Nick. So they've come back to us, which is exciting. Marlene, why don't you stand up and introduce yourself? Who are you?
I'm Marlene Perez, and I am a new agent. So this is actually my first team meeting.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you. Welcome. Isaac's been on, I don't know if he's on here right now, but you guys have seen him. Real nice guy, tall. And Irene, I don't think Irene is here. Austin, why don't you stand up and introduce yourself? And where do you come from?
Hello, I'm Austin Alexius. I just came over. I'm new. I just came from a Remax office, so I'm very excited to be here. And it seems great. This is my first team meeting too. So
Awesome. Welcome, Austin. We've got a good group up here. I'm seeing good group. It's good. I love the energy, you guys. So congratulations to Kelly. Let's recognize our cappers. I don't think Kelly is here, but congratulations to Kelly for capping. Janet as well. I don't think Janet's here either, but congratulations to Janet on capping. Okay, Drake is here. Drake, why don't you come up? We have a little something for you. Congratulations on capping. Woo! This is for you. So Drake, do you have any comments to everyone here, everyone on Zoom, how this came about, or any little tips that you could give everyone?
Everyone that you meet needs to go in your database, and everyone in your database needs to know, needs these friendly reminders of what you do. Okay, it's not about it's not about them, it's about who they know. So just remember, try and make every person that you know, that you accept in your life, make them an advocate for you.
I love that. Thank you, Dre. Enjoy 100% of your commission. All right?
For a long time.
I love that. Shout out to all of our top performers last month. Our top listing agent, Jeff Loftus. Our top buyer's agent, Iris. Iris, this is actually her first year in real estate too. So. Yeah, she's doing great. Top buyers team, the Meals back. Congratulations. We have our top buyers group, the David Green team. They were having a wonderful month last month. And our top KW Cares contributor, Janet Darrow. Congratulations. Okay, shout outs to all of our June closings this last month. Our residential, and it was a good month for our teams for sure as well. So congratulations to all those names on the list. Especially if you guys are here. I love that. Again, top producers, our top units closed, top sales volume. Congrats to our rising star, Gina, who's sitting over there. Hi, Gina. Congrats. Gina had her first transaction, and she's working on her next couple, right? Congrats. It was great. We're happy to celebrate you. Okay, just in case you guys didn't know, Keller Williams received several accolades this last month, including one of the top global franchises. LinkedIn nominated and voted the top companies in real estate in the nation. And then Julia Israel actually received an award too, a Trailblazer Award. So if you guys want to help promote any of those things, it's going to show and give some credibility to the company that you partner with. All of those images are available to you in your command in the designs platform for social media, right? I just want to share that. Congratulations to all our Bold graduates. Hey, who graduated Bold yesterday? Stand up for me. Stand up. Jeffrey. You guys, I just want to give a special shout out to these dedicated people who with 7 weeks of their life for like, what, 6 hours a day, went and dedicated that to growing your business, including the commitment to make 100 phone calls in a week. This is not an easy feat, but all of these people really represented our office well. They were leaders, they learned, they were participating, and they were having a great time. So I just want to give a quick shout out to you guys. I'd love for you to share one thing that you learned or that you're going to take away from Bold and still implement in your business. Lawrence.
I'm just saying, so with Bold, thing that I've learned and I'm going to implement is we were given 25-minute lunch. I think we need more than that. So I'm going to give myself more lunchtime.
I'm not working. I love that. Who's next? Brandy?
Ooh, I don't know, there was a lot.
Pick one thing.
Definitely making calls.
Mm.
Setting the lead generation time on your calendar, not doing anything else until your 20 calls are made.
Mm-hmm. It's important we fill that funnel, right? And we forget when our business slows down, it means we're not filling the funnel enough. That's just the harsh reality of it. I love that, Brandy. Thank you. Jeffrey.
Mostly just, it was more of a mindset thing, scheduling. One thing I learned, being 1% better every day, 20 contacts a day, really some systems that could be in place to work your database. It was a lot. It was a lot. I'm super excited for today because it's like now I could go with everything that I learned and just jump on it.
I love it.
Yeah, it was great.
I love it. What good energy. And I think your guys' team won, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the most contracts. We averaged, just FYI, everyone in Bold averaged 4.6 something contracts. So really 5 contracts a person that took Bold in that 7-week period. So, huh?
They cheated.
Oh, okay. Richard's kind of a sore loser. No. I love that. Richard, you were in there and you're not even standing up. What's your deal? What did you learn?
The proper implementation of 36 touches.
Oh, right.
That's huge. We did my entire database based on properly doing 36 touches. Also, and I'll say it again, Greg said it, Jeffrey said it, the importance of the 20 contacts a day. It made a big difference in the 7 weeks. So,
And those weren't 20 cold calls a day, right?
No.
Yeah. They were people you knew.
20 were I knew, but the I did have new contacts. I think we also have a lot of new
Yeah.
contacts also. But that's building your database.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. Kim, can you mute iPhone, whoever that is? Okay, perfect. Catherine.
How important is to follow a schedule? Really important. Writing your stuff down and sticking to it. Also not getting too focused on the preparation. Doing it. So, yeah. Actually have to do it.
Yeah, because what's the bold law about your schedule?
It's not on your schedule, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist, right? We get so blindsided that way, like we're handling, then we're more reactive and we're not proactive, right? We're reacting to our environment and that makes our business hard to scale, really. I love that. Who else? Did I miss anyone else who's in the bold room? Okay, awesome. You guys, thank you so much. Congrats. Okay. Moving on. Yes, so you guys, if you didn't notice, there is a different face up front than our lovely Sophia. His name is Travis Swenson. Yes, there's relation. So that is Cindy's son. Yes. But you guys.
A fabulous job.
Yes.
The last 7 days, 4 days, actually 4 days last week too, this week.
Yes.
He's done very well, so. don't miss
Great.
it.
But Travis is up front. Deborah's playing MCA. It's really kind of a fun, fun little thing because our Miss Sophia is off to Greece and getting married. So you guys make sure when you see her, give her lots of love and shout outs on social media. I'm sure they're going to be lovely, beautiful Grecian pictures all over. So we could all be. Yes, it's this Saturday. Thank you. And then of course everyone's traveling over, which is cute. Yeah, I would go.
Thanks to Kim. and
Thanks
her
to Kim.
creativeness there.
I love that. Thanks, Kim. Okay, great. Looking ahead to our calendar, today from noon to 1, we're mastering and the RPA and sharpening our skills. If this is a class for anyone, this is it, right? Literally all experiences, whether you're a brand new agent or you've been in the industry for 20 years, what we do is we practice the RPA, we put it on paper. We don't use the crutch that we have with technology and our skills, and we write out an RPA. I give you a scenario, and the goal is to get it done within 15 minutes with 0 errors, right? So it is a great way to flex your muscles, to get better, to get faster, because if we write offers faster, that gives us more time to spend with our loved ones or to lead generate, right? So make sure you guys don't miss that. That's happening every Wednesday from 12 to 1 with Deborah and myself. And again, I think it's kind of it's a fun class, okay? This Thursday, I'm teaching the DISC tomorrow. I'm teaching DISC assessment class. How many of you guys know what your DISC is, what your category is? Great. I do not see very many hands up. That means y'all need to be at the class tomorrow, okay? The DISC assessment is a wonderful way to be able to categorize the way that you communicate and the way that others like to communicate or receive communication from you. And when we're talking about sharpening our skills, we're talking about our sales skills and our customer service skills. It's essential that we understand how to communicate with our potential clients, right? To get through a good transaction. So make sure you guys join me for that.
And trust me, when you take the class, you will start seeing people in a really different way.
Yes.
Either a D, an I, S, or C, and you start to think that way, and you get a better understanding of why they do what they do, say what they say, whether it's in your business or in your personal lives. So it can be very, it can be fun.
Great for relationships as well. Yeah. Your marriages will take us later.
Exactly.
We have Let's All the Hype, of course, with Jason Default. Jason, you're going to be talking about commercial leases, right? If you guys have any interest in getting involved with the commercial industry, will want to learn more, make sure you guys are not missing Jason's What's the Hype classes, because it is a great resource to be able to flex that muscle. Any comments, Jason?
No, we're just trying to bring content to the office that people can use
use to learn a little bit more or find potential ways to make a rent come through utilizing us to do it, them finding it. So whatever help you need, just give us a call or just walk down by the kitchen.
I love
Not
that.
in the kitchen.
My kitchen adjacent, I think is the realtor term for that, right? Kitchen adjacent. But yeah, we get a lot of questions about commercial leases from residential agents, right? That they happen to pop up, friends that own businesses. So this is a great class to go to. Our monthly mentee meeting, don't forget, and don't confuse this with the mentor meeting. The mentee meeting is for all of our mentees within our program. If you have a coach, if you have a mentor, this is the meeting you cannot miss, okay? We are gonna be going over some important next steps. So make sure you guys put this on your calendar. If you have any questions about it, talk about it with your mentors. Of course, it's open for anyone to come to, but we will be specifically addressing things within the mentee program and answering questions, okay? Great. Rob Feldman, our favorite ethics person, is doing a class, right? So enjoy what you do, learn how to do it better. Rob is going to teach us a little bit about the ethical quandaries that we're going through and seeing right now in the real estate industry. Again, when these tensions and things change and shift, we have different emotions that happen in a transaction or between colleagues and cohorts who are working together. So Rob's going to be addressing those things that's happening at the end of the month. And then, of course, Shannon Jones, how to appropriately price a listing. Again, we're going to have this conversation in just a minute, but this is a do not miss class. This woman is a queen at pricing things correctly and has gone through many market shifts before. So make sure you guys put this on your calendar, because I think the word appropriately is one that we all need to embody right now at this point, right?
And a little added comment I'd like to say about Shannon too is Shannon and Brad work very, very hard and are very successful. And they took 21 days traveling through Europe, and they came back to checks, not one, but multiple checks in their mailbox. So if you're not sitting in on this class, you're going to be missing some successful points and information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think, I mean, they just last month, I think, did 5, 6, 7 listings or something, and then like a week. So they're really turning them out. So again, make sure you guys attend this class. Join us for book club, The One Thing. This is a great book. You guys, this is a Keller Williams staple, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed and we're talking about scheduling as of goals and everything else. The One Thing book club is a great one to have. Make sure you guys show up. Alice is, of course, going to be leading it.
I have one book left. And remember, you do need to be here for the discussions, but I do have one left if somebody's interested.
Great. KW Military, if those of you guys are veterans or are actively in duty right now with the military, you guys can and should attend the KW Military Mastermind. That's happening July 15th, 2022 at 11 a.m. I will double check though if that's 11 a.m. Central or Pacific time. Deborah, can we just make a note to maybe double check that? And then again, we'll also promote that open to anyone who qualifies for the KW Military Department. If you have questions about that, come ask us if you qualify. Okay. Leadership update. So let's bring our leaders up here. Simon's virtual. And thanks, Kim. It is 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you, Kim. We do have Deborah here. Simon's there. I'm going to start with Deborah. So Deborah, what do you have for us?
Well, first, I'd like you to do a little announcement. Somebody is on, oops, her card fell out. And congratulate this young lady. She said she was.
Oh, Allison Silverman.
She's not on vacation.
Oh, you're on here now. Okay, Allison. Well, congratulations. We honored you earlier, but congrats on.
I'm still on.
There you go. Congrats. We'll have that
There
here
we
at the
go.
office for you.
Yeah, we'll have your box here at the office for you. So congrats.
Thank you.
Allison, any comments for the group about how you got here? Capping.
I think this year I went over and above with my clients, and they are all doing testimonials for me and referring me out, and just do more than expected, and you'll get more than expected.
I love that.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you, Allison. Awesome. Congrats on capping.
Thanks.
Hey, Deborah, what do you have for us?
Oh, Mega Agent Camp. So that's coming up the end of the month, next month, August 23rd through 24th. Some of us are traveling down. I believe we fly out on Sunday, come back on Wednesday. I initially, when I first heard about Mega Camp back in 2006, I thought it was only for the mega agents, that it was kind of exclusive. I learned very quickly once I came to California and went to my first Mega Camp in 2014, that it's for everybody, and the presentations are amazing. Gary Keller, he leads a lot of question panels that he will have top producers there, sharing their ideas and their talents, their skills as to what led them to their success. So if you haven't already looked into it, please do. And let us know so we can make certain that you're booking at the hotel we'll be booking at. And we do play and have a good time over there too. So don't miss out. Don't miss out.
And if you're interested in going, there is, Deborah, do you want to?
Yeah, this was on our growth call Monday morning that Jason Abrams had just recommended. Everybody read The Ultimate Secret to Getting Absolutely Everything You Want. So they wanted to make certain that we read this both prior to coming to Mega Camp. So hopefully you will join us and enjoy the read.
I love it. And you can get some really awesome t-shirts when you sign up. You guys know we love our swag here.
I know.
But yeah, we do have some awesome t-shirts. So Deborah, anything else?
Yeah, I think that's it. As she said, I'm covering for Cindy partially. We do have somebody else that's fully backing her. So don't fret. But your checks come in and I'm doing that process. So hopefully we'll get them to you as quickly as she does, and be patient with me.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Deborah. Okay, Simon, you're on here. Simon, what do you have for us? Broker updates.
Yes, good morning, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank all the agents that have reached out to me with their broker questions. Thank you very much. For the most part, nothing major updates today, but I really want to emphasize and stress the importance of the referral agreements. I know that Command has a platform that allows us to connect with other agents, especially outside of California, where you can refer business, right? Buy sides or even sell sides. With respect to the Command platform, you still need to follow up with the actual form that we use here, because it has to be signed by either the broker or a manager from that office. Keller Williams, obviously, you can have the team leader, or you can also have the broker sign off on it. The importance of it is because what we're seeing a lot going on right now is that agents are agreeing to refer business. And then now weeks and months, they're not getting their commissions. And then they're asking the broker, hey, you know, we sent out a client, we haven't received any updates or any commission checks, what's going on? And the first thing I always ask is, was there a referral agreement signed? No, we didn't send out a referral. We agreed over the phone or even an email. So remember, everything needs to be documented. This is the reason we have these forms in place, to protect your best interests, right? And the referral agreement is what's called the RFA form. It's right from Zip Forms, and it has really basic information. The referring broker, which would be yourself, if you're referring or someone is referring a client to you, it can work both ways. It has both brokerages, both agents. Also, it has the agreed upon compensation. What is the average compensation when you refer a client? Typically 20, 25, and even 30% is usually the norm that we see right now in referrals agreements. Now, also it gives you on this one-page form, you know, are we entering into contract for a buy, a contract into sell, or even a contract to lease? So you want to give that information as clear and concise. Where I get a lot of agents saying, do we need to send all of the information before we actually come across the agreed upon commission referral fee? The answer is, well, it really depends. First and foremost, I would always, you know, when researching an outside agent locally or outside of the state, you know, do a little bit of research. Command gives you a lot of information where you can see their production, you can see their units of sales, and if they're ranked one of the top in their market center, right? Then I would start with a call, you know, introducing yourself as well, and sending that agreement through Command. The follow-up is the documentation that needs to be executed, because if we do not have a signed agreement, then it's going to be hard for the broker to reach out and demand compensation. My number one goal is to protect the agents. My number one responsibility is to also make sure that we have a concise flow of these referrals, because there's a lot of referral agreements being sent out. I see a lot coming from the west side as well. There's a lot of deals going on with referring business because of the large price points. We're seeing that off-market transactions, agents, connecting, but they're also asking for referrals. The importance again is, making sure that you do send this one page out to the broker, office manager, team leader for execution, because now we have something that we can now defend you and go after compensation. Any questions on the referral agreement?
Yep, Bryn?
So our forms for California, I've used well within the state, but when you go out of state, will they recognize our RFA or do you need the blank?
Yeah, so Simon, I don't know if you heard that, but she's asking if we can use the California referral agreements if they work well out of state or in other states.
Absolutely, 100%. Yes, I encourage all of you to use our California forms, and yes, they're valid outside of state of California.
Yeah, I love that. Good question. Yeah.
What's the difference between the RFA and the BC? I'm trying to look for it right now. CBC.
Yeah, which
What's the difference between?
So what, Simon, real briefly, what's the difference between the CBC and the referral agreement?
The CBC form is more when you represent a client in the submission of an offer. Usually the CBC form is the compensation aspect of it. That is used when you do represent the buyer, which is totally different than the referral agreement. The referral agreement is basically washing your hands. You're referring a buyer, you're referring a seller client to another agent that will facilitate the entire transaction, and not necessarily you being involved in it. They're only cutting you a check once the deal is completed and closed.
I love that. Thank you. Gina.
If you refer a client to whatever agent, are you referring them on just one property, or does that cover you on anything that they do?
So it depends on how you fill out the agreement, and depending on the box and everything that you do, but Simon can touch on that. Gina's asking if you fill out one for a client, does that cover anything that that client may do?
I'm not sure if I understand the question.
Yeah, so for example, I'm referring Gina to you, whether Gina buys or sells or does anything, does that document cover all aspects of the transaction?
It usually does, and this is where I would emphasize the importance of really being very detailed, because the form has two components to it. One, the compensation you're requesting. Two, the length of time that you're going to have this particular agent servicing. Because let's just say, theoretically speaking, right, that you send a buyer to an agent out in Texas, but that agent is not doing, their best service. You want to make sure you're on the loop. This is why it's very important that you stay in communications with the clients that you refer and ask question. How is this agent servicing you? Is this agent showing you homes? Because what happens is, if you don't have a set expiration date, then ultimately that consumer or that agent can refer that client to another agent. And unfortunately, between that agent and you have this agreement is no longer void if they end up going with someone else. Now it's going to be very hard for us to collect compensation. This is why it's important to constantly be checking in with the client as well. if they do end up going in a different direction, because now we can ultimately now say, hey, this client was working with this specific agent, but now we're going to have to send you a referral agent, even though you had nothing to do with it. It's a valid position that we can articulate and have, a say in it to collect commission.
I love that. Thank you, Simon. You guys, thank you so much, Simon and Deborah.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on.
Ellie, I heard you talking about Steve's class this past Saturday. Were you announcing that he has another class coming?
In LA Harbor?
Yes. Okay. Good.
Yes.
Just wanna make sure that.
Yes, thank you. Okay, great. So let's have a discussion about the market. I want to show you guys some market stats, but we're definitely seeing some trends here when it comes to listings and homes being on the market. So I'm going to go over some of the stats for you guys, and then I want to have an intelligent group conversation about what we're seeing and what we can do to help make sure that we're still servicing our clients at a really high level. So if you guys don't have access to, you should all be getting, because as Keller Williams Coastal Properties agents, we do have access to Altos reports, okay? So you should be getting an email every Friday, Saturday. But anyways, once a week, I think it's Friday or Saturday, you should be getting an email with your Altos reports, okay? It is a wonderful resource for you and to share with your consumers. If you're looking for content to do a touch once a week, and all you do is screenshot some of this data, put it in as an image to your clients, you're going to be a wonderful, great value to them. If you're not getting Altos reports and you're not getting those emails, make sure you go see Deborah or Travis at the front desk, and we will troubleshoot that for you. If you just joined the brokerage, it should be in the first week or two. So if you guys don't have this. So real quick, this is Long Beach single family homes. Look at our median list price. Remember that median list price is different than the average list price. Make sure we understand the difference. Median is the middle, average is the average of everything that's on the home, right? So the median list price is $899 for Long Beach. Wow. Right? Wow, wow, wow. Median price of new listings is $874, so right around $875. Look at per square foot, $654. Again, this is single family homes in Long Beach. Average days on market, 41. We've seen that big increase. Look at some of the things on Fritz's door where we're still in the 20s and 30s, not even like a month ago. Now we're getting into the 41, right? We're seeing that shift. Median days on market, again, being in middle, 21. This is the thing I need us all to look at. Price decrease, 33%. Okay, 33% of the properties were decreased. Price increase, 6%. Relisted, 5%. Inventory, there's 217 single family homes on the market right now in Long Beach. Our median rent, this is important too, and I love that it shows this number. So if you guys have any clients that are going through the rent versus buy, this is a great conversation to have. Median rent for Long Beach is $3,148, right? So make sure we're having that conversation and figuring out what we can do for a payment. Okay, again, single family homes. Let's look into the condos. The median price, we're still in the 575s, which is high for Long Beach condos, I feel, over the last couple of years. Median price of new listings, 522. Price per square foot, 626. Average days on market's 49. We saw that lengthen over this last month. Median days on market, 28. Price decrease, 32%. Right? So we're seeing a lot of decreases, relisted, etc. Median rent, $2,600. It's still a strong seller's market in condos. Lakewood, let's look at this Lakewood one. The median price of Lakewood homes right now are $854,500. The median price of new listings, $789. Price per square foot, $598. Average days on market, 32. So it's a little bit tighter than in Long Beach, right? Median days on market, 21. But look at this, 41% of the listings had a price decrease. Wow, right? Price increase 3%, relisted 3, inventory, there's 66 homes on the market. Despite everything else, it's still a strong seller's market, what we're seeing in regards to inventory. Lakewood condos, you guys can see this here. I know they're not very plentiful, but you know, we do see them quite a bit. Right now, there's 6 of them on the market. Here's what this looks like. I won't break it down, but there are only 6 condos right now on the market within Lakewood. Seal Beach, this number is not too much of a surprise, but we definitely saw an increase over the last month here. The median list price of homes, single family homes in Seal Beach is 1.4 million, just a little over 1.4. We have our median price, our price per square foot, 757. Average days on market, 45, right? So again, we're seeing that lengthen a little bit. Price decrease, 33%. Okay, we see price reductions. It's still a strong seller's market. Seal Beach condos, there's again 6 on the inventory right now. The median list price of 644. Median price of new listings 1.1. Since it is such a small number, I'm sure that's what's fluctuating it. One person put an expensive condo on there, but yeah, you guys can see that. So after going through these numbers, what is it that we can glean, and what's the market telling us, and what are you guys hearing right now in the field? I just want you to stand up and speak up. Are you feeling that the market's supporting this data from what you're hearing and talking about with your clients? Don't be scared.
I can talk.
Yeah, Allison, go ahead.
Yeah, I have, my showings have almost like completely stopped. They're very slowed down. Buyers are freaked out by the interest rates. And the sellers still have the mindset that they think the prices are up here. So they're not quite adjusting yet. I'm getting resistance on, and I just asked Deb if maybe we could do a price reduction class, scripting class. I think that's going to be very important. So yeah, the sellers haven't actually caught up mindset wise with the shift.
Anyone else saying the same things? Hearing the same things, Gina? Yeah, what do you, anything you want to add?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's, I mean, you have anybody who's thinking about buying is like literally kind of pulled back, and they're really nervous, and you know, they think the sky is falling with the rates and everything. And fortunately, I really use my mortgage background to let them know like how it's been over many years. So like, this is not bad, this is normal. And what we experienced over the last couple of years, never gonna happen again. You know, we learned that from Steve, you know, that was an anomaly, you know, that was just craziness. But so I just try to educate them and not make them feel dumb, because sometimes, you know, they think they know it all, and they come to you with all this information. And so I just try to give them, I mean, it's made me like research even more and more and more, like do a lot more homework. And then like one potential seller that I'm talking to, she thinks her property is worth like so much. First thing she brought up was Zillow, and so it's like, you're still dealing with that. And so you're trying to explain that's like a machine spitting out stuff. That's not someone who's looking at what's really going on, or the condition or anything like that. So it's just taking a lot of time to like truly consult, and not like there's no quick close with anything. Like you have to really, I'm trying to learn how to get so much better at educating people and giving as much information as possible, and just to even keep the conversation going, because it seems like it's just going to take longer with some people.
Who else is experiencing that and seeing that? Anyone been on a listing appointment that they didn't take recently because of pricing? I had someone not in the room that was going to share that went on a listing appointment, that this person had taken, the home was in Lakewood, and they had taken all of the flyers and all of the offers that they have received from many different, you know, online companies, iBuyer companies, and it had them over the last even 3-4 months, which we know right now, if you're pulling comps from 3, 4, 6 months ago, I mean, can we really use that in pricing right now? No, right? So this client had sat down and had said, look, this person says my home is worth this person says my home is worth this. And just without having a good conversation, after having a very long conversation, this person decided to walk away from the property because they knew it was not even close to being realistic, 100, 150 over what the home really should be listed at. Yeah, Drake?
First of all, I want to congratulate Gina on using words as educating herself so that she can educate her clients.
Yeah.
And I'm honored that she chose me to be her mentor. But I think one thing that the new agents need to try and remember is that real estate is so hyper local.
Yeah.
I think that Leroy would back me up with this, just like Susie. You need to know what's going on right there, because that's what's important. What people are hearing all the noise from the whole entire country, or from the whole entire state of California, or Southern California in general. It's not. So you need to become the expert in their neighborhood. So my last 3 listings, all 3 of them said, Drake, we don't want to sell that low. I said, we're not selling your house that low. This is just the market price. I said, we've known each other for quite some time. We have a little bit of custom. And every single one of them is like, you know, it's nice that when you're sitting at the dinner table with them after your closing escrow, that you get to make fun of them a little bit. Like, do you remember when you didn't trust me about this price?
Yeah.
Because, you know, but it's nice that you can have that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Well, it's interesting the perspective that potential sellers have gotten with this inflated market where things were selling to, 20, 30 offers and way over what the property was actually valued at, and people were removing appraisal contingencies, and they see that being what their home is valued, when a more realistic value that's still very competitive, it's still a strong seller's market, seems like it's somehow less than. It's the same concept like when we go to show people properties that are pre-qualified, and you show them the $1 million home and you get them all excited when they can only afford 800. What does that do? It sets an expectation, right? It sets that in their mind. So we have to make sure that we're having that conversation very thoughtful, using the data that's provided to us through our brokerage, through our many coaching services and things like we have for you guys, to have those intelligent conversations, to know what homes should really be priced at, and be prepared when you sit down at the table. More than likely that potential seller has received pricing information in the last 6 months that has already set a number in their head. Don't forget to ask that question, right? What do you think your home is worth? What do you know about the market? Where are you hearing things about the market? It's going to lead to a more intelligent and fruitful conversation for you guys. Any other comments or thoughts on the market, Gina, ways we can have a conversation?
Well, this helped too, because there's this lady that I'm talking to, and it was a referral, and she has a duplex in LA. And I'm not an expert in that area, so that's when you have to try to become an expert real fast in that area. And one of the things is because she's nice, but she likes to be right a lot, and so then you have to approach that conversation differently, because you don't want to invalidate them, but you want to let them kind of remind them nicely that you're the expert. And so I showed her every time she would come back at like, but no, I think it's worth this and this and this off of whatever she's looking at. I pulled actual examples of similar properties right around her that all sold for less than the list price. And I said, we don't want to be in this position where you're constantly having to lower the price. It's going to look bad. It's going to be bad for you. And so I showed her examples. I'm like, these went down. I said, you want to price it right, get this done as quick as possible, because she's in another country now. She just wants it done. So I'm like, if you go back and forth, this is going to become a long drawn out nightmare. And that helped, because she's like, oh, that like opened her eyes, showing her where they decreased the list price.
Yeah, I love that. Thanks for sharing.
And I have 2 things also when you.
Yes. Okay, Allison, I won't forget about you. Brandy,
Okay.
Matt, what do you guys have? Brandy, go first.
I was just gonna say, it's part of the listing presentation. I know I'm a member of Pacific West. I don't know if everyone here is, but they have the market analyzer, and I've been printing whatever city I'm listing in, and it'll show the graph. You can go and see 3 months prior. You're correct. Those flyers, didn't know this where we're at now. And then I also print the agent comp sheet. So when you do your comps, agent comp sheet, and it'll show you red down for all the numbers. And that's a really good visual.
I love that.
Argue when you see it.
Yeah, thank you, Brandy. That's great. Matt, did you want to say something?
Yeah, if you do a printout what the payments were just a few months ago versus where they're at today, as part of that presentation, you give them all the price reductions, and then you say, look, it's literally gonna cost the buyer $1,000 more now
Yes.
to purchase your home than just 90 days ago. These are the facts. I mean, you put that in front of them, that'll also help strengthen your case.
That's a really smart perspective, Matt. I hope you guys all heard that one. Allison, what do you have to share with us?
So first, we just got a buyer in to escrow 30,000 under asking. So it's a great time to start working with buyers again, once if you pre-qualify them properly. And secondly, instead of asking, what do you think your house is worth? Because on a listing appointment, they say, well, isn't that what you're for? I ask, what's the number you won't go under? So then I get their mindset. And I ask that before the appointment, so I know what I'm going into.
That's a great one. Great advice. I love that. Anyone else? Any other comments? Good stuff. I love this. Okay. So do you want to, yeah, Teresa?
Yeah, I was just going to say that my experience with buyers right now, they're waiting because they felt that the prices have gone up so high and that they are hearing that it's going to come down. And I try to educate them that real estate really doesn't come down. It just doesn't go up as fast as it used to be. Maybe last year it went up 100,000. Maybe this year it's going to go up only 30,000. So that's not like it's going down. You understand what I'm saying? It's real estate is cyclical. So it goes round and around. So that they're waiting, but like somebody said, this is the time to educate them. Don't wait because interest rates are on the upward trend, and you can still get a good deal. And as far as sellers are concerned, if you are waiting, then that might be you're just waiting, because it doesn't mean that you'll be able to get more than you would have gotten this year, next year, because of the market has changed. So we can work on both of them in that regard.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Teresa.
You are.
Okay, you guys, if we want to learn more about the shift, how to prepare our businesses, many of our top producers in our office are already registered for this event. It's happening at the end of the month, July 27th. You guys can scan this QR code. We have flyers all up everywhere. We're also getting a carpool together. So if you guys want to carpool, it's just out of the LAX Marriott. But James Shaw is coming in, a wonderful, wonderful speaker, very poignant. Make sure you guys have read the shift book before, because this is like a level up. This is not shift 101. This is like, let's get into business here for our producers.
Carpool sign-up sheet is at the front desk.
Yes. Awesome. Out front shift series. All of this stuff is happening on your out front, which is in your KW Connect. You guys can go through these classes to prepare yourself before James. Same thing with the Shift Connect Live. All of those things are backstage on your Connect, and you can happen from KWRI. We have a lot of community events happening this month. There's a lot of masterminds, our land mastermind, our military mastermind, commercial mastermind, luxury Q&A, and new homes Q&A. Make sure you guys tune into your calendar and your schedule to find out the locations of that is going to be on your KW Connect. July social content calendar. I know you guys all appreciate this. This is happening. If you're not sure when, where, what to post with your social content, make sure you go on there and take note of this. Again, it's going to give you specific details of what to post, what to say. So there's no questioning on whether or not your content is going to be relevant. And great. So at this time, let's bring up our affiliates that we have with us. Okay, good. They were all around the corner. I was like, so I do want to say a special welcome, of course, to our Stearns and Klein group who are with us with Fidelity National Title, and I'll let the ladies introduce themselves. Take it away.
Morning, everyone. Jill Klein with Fidelity National Title. So nice to see all of you. Caitlin Stearns, Fidelity National Title. Thank you so much. We're so excited. And great minds, we brought Altos reports for everyone.
Oh, good.
So we are huge fans of Altos, and I love that you talked about this because this is so important, especially right now. And it's one of the tools that we also offer so that you can have those conversations, so that you can have the conversations with your buyers and your sellers about what the market's doing and with price reductions and everything, because we're hearing that across the board. So we printed a few of those out for you. And then one thing I was thinking about when we were talking about all of that is our Total Farm program. And most of this it's dialed, you can get zip code is as local as you can get. But our total farm program, the stats page, you can save your farm in that and it'll give you all the stats. So the last 90 days average sales price versus the last 12 months versus the average ever since they've been keeping track. And that's really good to get like super quick when you need that information and you can show this is what's happening with pricing. So for, you know, your farm, your very, very specific neighborhood. So if you don't have our total farm program, please let us know. We'd love to set you up with that. And I'll go click on that too, and then I'll hand it over. Is they just added Facebook and Instagram marketing to that, and the ads are, my voice went out. The ads are amazing, easy to do, because you know we figure out how to do an ad through Facebook or Instagram, and then they change it, and you're like, where do you go? So it's like 4 steps, and again, that's just for your farm, so you can make sure you're getting in front of the owners of your farm.
Well, the beautiful thing too, really with that total farm, when your farm is in there, in addition, we're breaking it down into like numerous little micro farms. So you could do specific targeting to the specific owners to that farm. So you can run a specific Facebook ad just focusing on a certain segment of your farm and get that right into their Facebook page. So we love that feature. Videos will be coming on that. That's really soon to come too as well. Additionally, you know, you guys talked a lot about like skills-based, you know, learning, and we invest in a lot of tools for all of you. They're not for us, they're for you and your business. So to convey these messages and the transition and everything, we are next week. I don't know if any of you have ever used HomeBot. Maybe you're tied into that with a lender, and we're not here to take anything away from that, but we're going to be doing a class on HomeBot on July 20th. That's next Wednesday at 11:30. We're going to do it on Zoom. And the reason I bring this up, because, you know, as Richard mentioned, honing in on that 36 touch, you know, and getting that dialed in. What HomeBot's going to do is it has an automated marketing piece out to your sphere, your targets, your clients, touching them each month, giving them the valuation of their home, what
I mean, just some of the great like options of like, what do they want to do with their equity?
Yeah.
Do you want to invest with it? What are your options? What's the rental? What's the, you know, the rates going in that area? I mean, a ton of information, and it's in a beautiful marketing piece that's all branded too.
It's all branded, and then it's automated. So that's going to take that off your plate, adding 1 touch each month and adding that to the many touches that you want to do to hit your goals throughout the year. So we hope you'll all log in. We're going to be sending an email out today. If you want to just reach out to us specifically, we'll make sure you have a Zoom link. And everyone, it is so good to see all of you and be back. And thank you very much for everything.
Yeah, of course. Brandy.
Good morning.
Brandy. Brandy Zamora.
I'm Brandy Zamora with Fidelity National Home Warranty, and I wanted to piggyback about farming. Remember that Fidelity offers 6 different types of door hangers. So once you map out your farming and what you need to do and you want to go door knocking, please let me know. Door hangers are unlimited. Now, if you've never been door knocking in your life, you can start with just a pack of 100. You don't need to go all in for 1,000, but if you need 1,000 door hangers, I'm happy to give you those as well. But they're unlimited, and there's even open house ones. And the common theme I've been seeing at all my meetings this morning is they've been seeing more open houses. So we do have door hangers specifically for open houses, and what better excuse to go door knocking is, let's say, hey, there's a local open house in your neighborhood. So last but not least, I'm going to end it with some free stuff. I know I've talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again because I know people don't care until it affects them directly. So just remind you guys that Fidelity National Home Warranty and actually Fidelity Title, we offer EC purchasing. And what is EC purchasing? It's for you guys. It's discount programs on like your cell phone, up to 22% off, car rentals, office supplies, shipping discounts, all things like that. I was just in Hawaii, and I used the EC purchasing for a car rental, and I had a car rental for 8 days for $300. That's kind of unheard of. Right now, a lot of times there's not even cars available. So definitely check out this program. There's a QR code, and I'll leave a pile in the back. All right, guys, make it a great day.
Awesome. Thank you, Brandy. Alex.
Hi, everyone. Alex here, NAL Financial, one of the in-house lenders for the office. Rates are obviously a big component of what you guys do, what's going on with a lot of your conversations. So I always try to start with a little market update on rates. We're seeing conventional loans, that's loans under $647,000. Someone with good credit, right around 5.25%. So that's probably about 0.5% lower than what it was a month ago. We've definitely seen a nice rebound or lowering of rates over the last month. VA, FHA stuff down in like the 4.5% range, jumbo stuff around 5%. These are all 30-year loans. We're definitely seeing a lot more adjustable rate loans come into the market. Obviously, the reason being rates on those are lower. They're fixed for a shorter amount of time so the bank can offer lower rates. Jumbo stuff and adjustable range is down in the 4% range. So I'm doing a lot more of those. I'm doing a lot of interest-only style loans where they're just paying the interest on the payment. An $800,000 loan, interest only, for instance, is $1,000 less a month than it would if you were paying both principal and interest. So we're doing more of those. I'm selling more of those. They're good loans when the client knows what they're getting into. Okay, so keep that in mind. What went on yesterday and today was the consumer price index, which is an inflation reading, came out even higher than they thought, 9.1% year over year. So now the guess is that the Fed is going to raise the federal funds rate a whole percentage point in July versus 3/4. So be on the lookout for that. Just keep in mind that it's really, really important to, in my opinion, have a broker in your back pocket. We have 20, 25 different banks that we work with, both Mike and I, not just a straight direct lending that has one set of rates that they can offer your client. I just won a deal when my rates were a whole percentage point lower than another person who is a direct lender. So that's a significant payment savings. We shop the rates for your clients. We're here in the office. We're available via phone. Anytime you support your office, support us, very please, and thank you.
Awesome.
And, have a great day.
Thanks, Alex. Hey, you guys, real quick, does anyone have any listing pitches, buyer needs, things that they would like to share? Anyone on Zoom, please feel free to unmute yourself and share at this time. No?
I forgot to say, two things, like what the lady said, she asked a question over the phone. And I wish I had done that with a commercial listing that I went on all the way in Ventura and 3 hours drive, okay? And it wanted like 40 million more. And I just didn't think it was there. So talking about walking away from it, so I walked away from that. Then about sellers not catching up. There was one in Bethel when I was looking for a buyer prospect, and the lady bought the property just a year ago, and she listed it with another agent. She listed it for $199,000 more, just within a year. Of course, it expired, and maybe if it was a single family by itself on one lot, maybe it would have sold, and she would have made $200,000 in 1 year. But it was behind the gate with many houses on one lot. So I just wanted to say that sometimes they don't catch up, but sometimes they make it and they make a lot of money.
Yeah, thanks, Teresa. Do you have a listing to pitch? Good, yay, Brandy.
And they're out of area, so.
Still.
If you guys have anybody living in Oceanside, I have one in Oceanside that's excluded from the MLS until we get our photos. So as soon as I get those, I can actually market it. And then I have another one co-listing in Mendocino, which is Northern California, wine country. Super cool house, and it was modified for someone with disabilities. So there's a little lift elevator, things have been lowered.
Right.
It's actually really cool.
What's the size and all that of the one in Oceanside?
The Oceanside, I want to say it's like around 3,000 square feet inside. The lot is huge and it has a granny flat.
Oh,
that's great.
I know. I gotta get the paperwork.
Say your name loud and proud so people know.
Oh, and I'm Brandy Adair.
Adair, yes, Brandy Adair. Awesome, thank you. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Oh, Leslie, yeah.
So Christopher Porter, Peter, he has a new listing. It's a condo in Palm Springs, 439.9, 2-bedroom, 1 3/4 bath, 1092 square feet, fully renovated, low HOAs. It's being used as a vacation rental. So if you have any investors who might be interested out there, reach out to Chris Porter.
Palm Springs?
Palm Springs.
Great, yeah. No, I know there's a lot of people looking to invest out there. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a good rest of your week. See you at the classes.